Hey, all, it's Dinosa here, and I just kind of wanted to take a moment here talking about crossroads of lives, just such as decisions that confront one more than others. You have to look at your whole entire life, and everyone comes to these crossroads, but the problem is you never know the quite direction, and sometimes it's not even a crossroad. It's more of a six-lane highway, and each lane has an overpass that goes there, and that lane splits into two different lanes, and blah 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 blah. You don't believe me? Look at the MacArthur Maze in Oakland, California. You know exactly what I mean. Um, it's it's something where life faces here. Now, in my situation, I'm actually feeling a little bit of a pinch of a crossroad because I'm wrapping up some work that I've been doing on, which I'll be done with hopefully in May, and then I have to start on a new thing, which I've actually got a few things that thrown to me as options as far as increasing uh, my my skills. Basically, I'm finishing school. Well, my first round of school in May, which has been severely overdue, and I have another batch, but now I've been offered a couple of different things on how to approach the next set of school, which is interesting to me, but I'm not sure what the correct course of action is on that subject, and that's something I'm going to have to work out. But part of the reason why I'm doing this particular video is to discuss the aspects of being trying to be realistic to yourself on what your abilities and what your skills are and what it is. And I actually wrote up a little piece for myself trying to list out life goals and what is it you'd want to accomplish, um, because there's some things out there. One of the things that is listed is wasted talent. It comes from the movie The Bronx Tale, that where wasted talent is one of the most horrible things on this earth, which actually in a lot of ways that movie was very accurate with that statement, because there's nothing worse than seeing someone with some talent and not doing anything with it. And that's what I'm facing, because I've basically been doing the same job for 15 years. Yeah, I'm good at it. Do I want to do that for 15? No, I'm done with it. Um, However, I'm being super greedy at the same time, and I think because I'm being greedy, because my clocks are ticking as far as like my school, so I'm running out of time. I can't really use school as much as an excuse anymore because that's almost been solved. So this is some of the stuff that you have to face when you're dealing with, such as are you doing these things for your good, or are you doing these things for others, or the Almighty? On that, and that's a balancing act. I'm still working on that portion, such as, is there a reason for me to go to extra schooling? Um, am I doing whatever it is I'm doing on the basis that I think other people would think I would be good at that versus whether I want to do that? I've done same job for 15 years, and I know I'm good at it. But the problem is there's not a lot of upswing, and you can't support a family on it. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. Um, but the problem elsewhere is everything I do want to do requires a tremendous amount of school, or you have to be just in the right place at the right time and friggin' lucky, um, as far as getting paid. But it's hard. It's hard to face a lot of different aspects. I mean, one thing that I'm facing that I'm having difficulty with is that I don't like being told what exactly to do. I don't like being told. Well, let me rephrase this. I don't like being told what to do by people that I feel that are completely unseasoned or incompetent to whatever position they are in. Um, I would say there is a chance for you to speak from authority if you have experience, or if you've been trained in that field. Therefore, yeah, but when you have no experience and your training or your skills that you have are contrary to what the situation is, or worse yet, you try to get some book 101 on how to do something, um, seasoned veterans are going to see through that stuff. And after doing the same job for so long, it's getting to the point now that either you guys, ought to promote me to management, or I'll just do something else on my own, and that's what I'm facing. That I need to pretty much do something on my own. But what my whole problem is stemming from is how to approach that, or am I doing it for greed? Am I falling into what I see on TV or in the newspapers or internet or whatever? Um, some of the things I've thought about that I've been storing in my head is I wanted to write 4 books, 3 of which was a trilogy. One is a side book that has nothing to do with the trilogy. Has to do with a local area I know of. And believe it or not, it has to do with religion. Um, and that's an interesting one that I'm thinking about. The other one is typical trilogy, everything's going wrong and everything, but I think it's a neat little take on how it is. But the also thing is, okay, so yeah, the problem is when you think about writing a book, what does everyone usually think of? They think of, oh, I want to be the next Tolkien, I want to be the next J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, I want to be this. And, you have to be realistic, and even I'm failing on that, where it's, if you get that powerful or that famous or that much money, hey, great, that's good news. If you don't be mad, at least you did something. So, because you may be good at something, with this, and that's something that which you have to take a chance, because you don't take a chance, you don't know. It's not just that, it's also business, such as I'm not good with corporate politics. I hate corporate politics. But then the faces ask yourself a question. If you're not good with corporate politics and you don't like corporations, and the only solutions are either you have to be at the top of the food chain, or you're always going to be around the lower ring of the food chain or pyramid, why would you try to go to school and get educated or get all this stuff here only to go to something that you don't like to do? And that's where the whole conflict comes into play, because then you have to really think about that. But you have to do some sort of job to support your income, apartment, all sorts of things. You have to focus on problems such as that, and that's again where the conflict lies, and that's where I think people need to, myself, I need to focus, and that's the thing. So that opens up a whole bunch of other doors, such as, what about fashion? I've always said, like, I walk into furniture store, not furniture, but actually, if you know furniture, I walk in to Nordstrom's or high-end Neiman Marcus, you name it, and I see stuff there that's like $5,000-$6,000, and I'm like, I'm in the wrong industry. And ironically, let's take out fashion for a moment. I always made the compliments that sometimes these things are so expensive for people to buy. But then I called one school and I asked them, like, just how much, fashion-wise, how much would you be looking to spend per unit? And they're like $780 a unit. And I'm like, so I'm basically going to spend $120,000 learning how to sew. Okay, we're gonna that off the list on that, because most of that stuff you can learn on your own. The only thing is that it doesn't show on paper. And those companies, those art companies, everything book-wise you can learn. You could learn and you could, but it's a lot harder road than having an accredited university on that tell you that you're good. And that's where I'm faced. That's why I broke down on finally going to get a degree, and at least I have something to show, even though it was, in some ways, it's kind of a waste of time. But it's not overall, because people want that. People want that degree. People want that thing. So you're faced with these life choices here. So there's books, there's college, there's what's your life goals. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be honored by other countries? Do you want to contribute? It's on and on and on and on. But also other things is, that goes back with being an entrepreneur. It's like you artist, a designer, it could be fashion, paint, furniture, or it could even be custom motorcycle building. I mean, an artist and designer, then depending on whatever you're good at, if you're good at it and you're known, you can make a lot of money and become quite famous. You know, ironically, here's the thing, and I've heard stuff about this, is Jesse James, West Coast Choppers, in the chopper heyday, he lost about $100,000 a bike when he sold them, because he did so much labor on those bikes to make sure they were rock solid, that they were not going to break in the first year and all that. He really cared about his product. But then I've heard a lot of controversy where you see other chopper shows where some people, I don't know if these are just trolls doing this, but some people saying that the product is subpar. Not their high-end theme bikes. I'm talking about the bikes that the customers go in, like the production bikes. They say they're subpar on that. I don't know about PJ Paul Jr. Designs, and American Chopper is kind of what I'm talking about. I know it's what it is, but the Dean bikes, of course, are top quality on that. And Jesse James, the only difference is he cared about his art. He cared about what he did, and that's what I'm facing, is that I care about what I'm doing. I care about what it is. My whole issue is, what am I doing? And that's the thing. I don't think I can do the corporate thing anymore, but I'm going to do it because I need an income. It's kind of a catch-22. See, and that's what separates this, things like this, is that there's some people that are corporate people and they can handle it. There's some people that are artists, and I've got this feeling that I'm more of a designer, more of an artist on that, but I don't know what though. Or I'm just, I don't know, lazy. I'm not sure what. But here's the things you need to face, the real things about it. If you are an artist and you give a damn about your work, or I mean really care, you will make money, you will be successful eventually. Michael Jackson gave a damn about his work. He had talent and he cared about his work. On that, he still loved his family, wouldn't give him money, but he cared about his work. Jesse James, West Coast Choppers, same thing. He gave a damn about his work. He cared about his product, high quality products. He ripped on stuff he did in Monster Garage. He said half of it he would never write in it normally, unless it was a TV show. On that, and that's the thing. There's a man who cares about his work. Infidelities, I don't know. You can rack up whatever you want on that. I'm just talking about people who care. Plus, there's all those artists in New York that really care about their work. That's the whole thing, is caring on what you do. And that's what the decision problems that I'm facing right now, is that one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to learn to finally ride a motorcycle. And I've been running my mouth. Now I'm going to take care of it. It's something that I'm working on, and something that I think everyone needs to think about, is what is it you want to do, and do you care about it? And do you care about others around you? So your goal is reasonable, and you're not going to thwart others in your goal process, and you're searching for your goal on that, whether it be books, artistry, philosophy, whatever it is. It's whether you're happy. It could even be barbecue on that. It's just whatever you want to do on that. But the main thing is give a damn about your work. Give a damn about what you believe in. But be true to you too. Because do not think you're going to be the next big thing. If you are, great. If you're not, don't be surprised. But you could still be happy. Anyway, this is Dinosa. Just thought I'd throw the video. Bye.